Hi, this is Shana Meyerson with YOGAthletica in Los Angeles, California. Here today to talk to you about how to go from headstand into a crow. It's the basic transition that's going to teach you how to go from headstand into really any arm balance at all. We're going to have two skills down before you do this. First one is headstand. There's a video for that. Check out my headstand video and headstand, not to be confused with handstand. You can do all the stuff from handstand too. It's just a hell of a lot harder. Okay, second skill you gotta have is crow pose, right? I got a video for that too. Check it out. I think it's a great video. I think you'll agree. Okay, so first thing we need to do is once we get into our baby headstand, the thing that most people do just to get into a crow, and the reason why they're messing up, is this. They come into their baby headstand, okay? And to come into their crow, all they do is drop their hips and they pop onto their feet like this, okay? So, that's not exactly headstand to crow. I mean, if you freeze frame that as just the right second, there is a crow in there. But that's not like a sustainable pose. We're gonna teach you how to go from headstand to crow and hold it. And what this is gonna take, it's gonna take A, slowing down, B, patience, okay? The good news is that people rarely fall on their face on this one, okay? So just know your feet are there to catch you. The bad news is sometimes people fall on their face, but hopefully you won't be one of them. Just be patient and you'll be cool. Okay, so hands come down, head comes down, my legs come up, okay? Obviously, if you were coming from a full headstand, it would just be knees in, and I pull it into my armpits. Now, to come up and actually sustain it, the first thing I need to do is drop my hips, like I'm gonna sit on my heels, okay? Then I'm gonna roll sort of onto my forehead, because I'm gonna have to take my neck and I'm gonna pull it like a turtleneck, not a turtleneck sweater, but a neck that's pulling out of a turtle forward. Not up, but forward, and then from there, I can lift into sort of a higher and prettier crow, which I can hold for hours and hours and hours on end. Okay, so what is the key point? What am I doing that most people are not doing when they're trying this? Is that I'm taking that turtleneck, I'm taking a little tiny neck, and I'm extending my neck, my chest long. Why is that so important? Because I've got a whole lot of stuff behind me. Let's call it my butt, my legs, my back. Everything is sort of like back here behind my arms. So how am I going to counterbalance it? If I just lift up my head and everything's behind me, boop, I'm down. So I have to counteract all that stuff in back with something getting longer and longer, extending in the front. So again, and the action is mostly in the heel of my palm. My head comes down. My knees are up by my armpits, okay? You're not going to want to do this down by your elbows because you're going to fall off. So by my armpits, I sit on my heels, and now all my weight is in the heel of my palm. Look how low my feet go. I roll to my forehead, but watch my head. Instead of going up, it extends out. And then I can lift up from my core to come into that beautiful and easily sustainable crow pose, okay? If you want to find balance, it's never going to come from just lifting up your head. You've got to really, really, really get that extension. Okay, so let's talk about how to go from crow to headstand so that we can go crow, headstand, crow. Let me just redo my hair here. Fabulous. So to go from crow to headstand, you first have to make sure you have a lot of tricep strength and a lot of upper body support so that you do not land on your head and or face, okay? Those are undesirable things. Okay, so once you're in your crow, and I know you watched the video and you know how to do this, so I come in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how low I could squish to the floor, like so low, like I could lick the floor, but I'm not going to. When I'm that low, all I have to do is tuck my chin, and you see there's my baby headstand. Okay, my hips come down, my neck comes long. Notice how I take my time, take my time, take my time, and there's my crow. Now, when you're doing this like crow to headstand thing, I don't really want to demonstrate this, but People so many times, they're like in their crow and they're like way up and they just like tuck their head and kamikaze slam their head into the floor, okay? You don't have to be a yoga genius to understand that that is not good for your neck. So again, you want to be so low that all you have to do is boop, tuck your chin and your head is on the floor. Let me show you again. So here's my crow. I lower, lower, lower. Look how squishy I am here. I'm like such a little tiny compact chunk of crow. So I can almost lick the floor. I tuck my chin and there's no plop at all. My head just hits the floor. And to come back up, my hips come down, my head comes forward nice and slow. So I'm just really, really taking my time here, making sure that I'm balancing out what's in front and what's in back. Hold, hold, hold. There's my crow. Okay, so the same principles could be applied for really coming into any arm balance that you want to come into. Like, let's do Urdhva Kukutasana. Urdhva Kukutasana, it's just the same as crow. It's the same exact actions. It looks really cool. But all it is crow in full lotus. So I'm not going to be teaching this right now, but I just want to demonstrate so you can understand how the actions are exactly the same. So I'll start from crow. So here's my crow. I come down, kiss the floor, head tucks. Here's my full headstand. I'm going to pull up. And to come into full lotus, you have to have a pretty strong lotus to do this. I just sort of wrap up my legs. Now think about what I did with my crow. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to take my knees as close to my armpits as they'll get. So I'm going to really, really curl in here. And then I sit down. Here goes my forehead. I'm going to go forward, forward, forward with my head to come into a sustainable pose. When I'm ready to come out, I just reverse the process. Squish. Head tucks, no impact, up, and release, and down. Okay? So name the arm balance. The process is going to be exactly the same. You want to come into, let's say, Ekapada Kundinyasana number 2. It's going to be the same exact actions. My headstand. I'm going to go right into headstand this time. The skill involved here is that there's a big twist. So I twist, 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 twist. My leg is on my arm, pretty close to my armpit. And again, as my bottom leg comes down, my head comes not up, but forward to come back into the pose. There's my sustainable pose. Come low enough that my head does not have to hurt. There's my headstand. And there's my release. My face is intact, my neck is intact. I got a little bit of workout for my arms, a lot of energy in my core. Oh, by the way, check out my core exercise videos too, because those are really going to make you nice and strong for this as well. So much goes into this little action. I think it's so much fun to just like play with transitions, going from headstand to really any arm balance on earth. If you could do the headstand and you could do the arm balance, you could do the transition. Just make sure, remember that turtleneck. Neck pulls forward as everything else sinks back. I'm Shana Meyerson with YOGAthletica in Los Angeles, California, here today to wish you a really happy new year.